What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another live Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. Today, we are going up against Confuzzler. I feel like I've battled him like 5 times, but it's only been 3 times, I think. But still, just so happens that he has been looking for a battle at the same time that I was on Twitter searching for one. So there you go. We're having a UU match this time around. I'm bringing the same team that I brought in the last 2 episodes, with the exception of the Archeops that was in the last battle being switched out for a Mega Pidgeot this time around. And this is going to be the last time that I use this team, because it's just, as much as I love seeing Toxicroak and Starmie do so much work, we need to get some fresh faces in there. But we're going to go with it for this time around. Anyway, as we're getting started today, just a friendly little reminder in case you guys haven't done so already and you would like to show your support to the channel and the series and all that fun stuff, you can do so by clicking that like button right below this video, or you can leave your thoughts in the comment section below. All of that stuff does help out, of course. Now looking at this team, very bulky with Torkoal and Sableye and Porygon 2 and Vaporeon and Blissey. Oh my goodness. The bulk is real right now. I've got quite a bit of bulk on my side as well. I've got a Focus Sash, which is kind of sort of like bulk. Then we've got Specially Defensive Starmie. The Focus Sash is on the Toxicroak, by the way. It's a Swords Dancing set. Specially Defensive Starmie, Specially Defensive Rocky Helmet Intimidate, Arcanine, Physically Defensive Crocodile, Choice Scarf, Exploud, and then an offensive Mega Pidgeot, also packing the Roost for some nice recovery, and Defog to get rid of Stealth Rock, although Starmie also is a spinner, so we'll see. We'll see. If we already have Stealth Rocks up on our side of the, or on my opponent's side of the field, we'll try to get a Rapid Spin off instead of a Defog, so we don't have to set those hazards again. But yes, I'm just babbling here. Either way, I'm going to lead off with Crocodile, which could prove to be invaluable in this battle just for taunts, just because there are so many bulky Pokemon on my opponent's side. He's going to block the Intimidate with his White Smoke. Nothing to get worried about there. Now, we could use this opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to taunt here, because I am going to predict a Stealth Rock. We'll go right for that taunt, and even if he wants to switch out, a lot of the Pokemon that he would want to switch in, I'd want to have taunted anyway, especially like Blissey and Sableye. So there's the taunt, and he does go for the Stealth Rock, which means he can't use it. And that is why I love fast taunts. I mean, this Crocodile is not invested in speed at all. It's just a defensive Crocodile, but it does have like base 90-something speed. So that's good, even uninvested, when you're talking about taunts. But we'll take this opportunity to set up our own Stealth Rocks, which will be useful for this Torkoal if it wants to switch out and switch back in, as well as the Braviary, which could prove to be a problem. And it's usually choiced, so it'll be switching in and out often. We want to hamper its ability to do that. That Flamethrower from the Torkoal actually did a decent amount. Kind of surprised it wasn't Lava Plume, honestly. Just for that nifty burn chance that Lava Plume has of 30%. Now, Torkoal doesn't have much to hit Starmie with. The Flamethrower is not going to do anything. And we have Lefty's recovery. We have the move recover if we need to. And we can threaten this thing out with a Scald. Which would do a solid amount, if not just take out this Torkoal outright. He does stay in to go for the Flamethrower again. That does absolutely no damage whatsoever. No burn, thankfully. Although we could also just switch out thanks to our Natural Cure. And his taunt is going to wear off. I don't think he's going to want to just waste this Torkoal just to get rocks up when I have a spinner, and he doesn't have any spin blockers. So I'm going to go straight for the Scald, and we'll see if Vaporeon comes out here. No, it's going to be the Blissey. Okay, fair enough. This Scald is going to do absolutely nothing whatsoever, because it is a Blissey that we're talking about. Maybe we can get lucky and get a burn here, and maybe it won't have aromatherapy. I mean, Heal Bell or whatever. No burn. Oh well. It was wishful thinking, I guess. It's going to show off the lefties. We do have Psyshock, which, even though we are uninvested, that should do a solid chunk to Blissey, because its base defense is like, what, base 10 or something? I always joke about Chansey's base defense, which is 5. I wish that was an exaggeration, but it's not. It's 5. So I can imagine Blissey's being 10, or around that range. Do I want to switch anything in? I mean, the problem is if I switch out here... trying to think how I want to put this in words. I'm predicting either a Seismic Toss or a Toxic. If he goes for Seismic Toss as I switch Kerm the Toxicroak in, we lose our Focus Sash. And yeah, so I don't want to predict the Toxic and do that. That Psyshock did so much damage. Wow, okay. And he does go for the Seismic Toss, so I'm happy that I stayed in to go for the Psyshock, because that only does 50 HP, and we recover about 10 of that back with the lefties, and Psyshock did a lot of damage to this Blissey. So, Seismic Toss, Toxic, Wish, Protect, maybe? I would guess that seems to be standard Blissey. Maybe Soft Boiled and Heal Bell are on there. Something like that. I'll go for another Psyshock just because there's really no reason not to. If he wants to leave this Blissey in, it's going to go down. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. I think we're going to see a switch into... I don't know what. Maybe the Vaporeon. I don't know. And Starmie's not going to be able to beat Vaporeon one-on-one because I can't burn it. Because it does have the water absorb. So there's just things that are going on. Yeah, there's the Vaporeon coming out. It'll take a little bit of damage due to the rocks, but nothing to speak of, especially when it has Wish. We'll see how much this does here. Probably not a lot. That's respectable damage to a Vaporeon, honestly, who has a ridiculously high HP stats. I don't have much of my team to handle this, sadly. We do have... Well, we have Toxicroak. If it's mono attacking with Scald, we can just switch Toxicroak in here. Maybe I should just do that now. Toxicroak really beats a lot of his team. It really, really does. But I kind of want to just go for another Psyshock, so I'm going to do that. I want to see what this thing has that it wants to go for, especially if it wants to go for a Toxic or something. No, he's just going to go for a Wish, so probably Wish, Protect, Scald, and then I don't know what that other move would be. Could be Toxic, could be Protect. Wait, no, I already said Protect. I said Wish, Protect, Scald, right? So that third, or that fourth move would be the one that's kind of up in the air. I don't think you're going to have anything to touch Toxicroak with, so I'm going to switch that in here. We can get up a Swords Dance, and it's going to be a good time. It is going to be a good time, and if we get up a Swords Dance or two, a Gunk Shot can just one-shot this thing. No, he goes for the Acid Armor. Wow, I was not expecting that. And that gives him a little bit of a jump on us. Because that defense is going to kind of defeat our... defeat our plan here. We're going to have to set up a couple of Swords Dances. He gets his Wish Recovery too, so he's almost back up at full HP. I'll go for a Swords Dance this turn, and he does stay in here. So he goes for the Aqua Ring. Okay. We haven't seen lefties on this either. I don't know what in the world it has. So it doesn't have lefties, but it has Aqua Ring. I'm so confused. Aqua Ring, we haven't seen Scald either. We've just seen Aqua Ring, and then Acid Armor, and then Wish. So I'm guessing it's mono attacking Scald, so this thing can't touch me. So I really don't have anything to be worried about here. We can get up to +6 if he wants to leave this Vaporeon in, and then 2 Gunk Shots should take it out, I would think. Even if he gets up to +6 with me, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I do think we'll win that matchup. So we shall see. Toxicroak has been putting in so much work lately. Had a sweep recently, and that was a lot of fun. Anyway, he's going to switch out the Vaporeon and go into the Torkoal, which will take 25% due to the Stealth Rocks up. That is precisely why I wanted them up in the first place. We're going to get up a free Swords Dance, and that could really spell a lot of trouble for his team here. We'll go for a Gunk Shot, and that should take out this Torkoal in one hit, I would assume. I don't want to risk going for Drain Punch because Torkoal is very bulky on the physical side. If this is fully physically defensive Torkoal, it might just take it, even though we're at +4. So there we go. There's the Gunk Shot, and that is a dead Torkoal. So threat gone. Well, threat. I mean, I guess it's a threat to set up hazards, which could be a problem for this team because Frank the Arcanine doesn't like it, and neither does this Toxicroak if we were to switch out and come back in. Which we might have to do here, because Sableye's coming in. And this is going to fire off a Prankster Will-O-Wisp. So we can probably just... we can switch in several things. We could switch in Starmie, because we have the natural cure, so it's a fantastic status absorber. We could switch in Arcanine, which obviously is immune to Will-O-Wisp and all of those fire-type shenanigans. And then we could also switch in X-Cloud because we don't care about burns as a special attacker and fire off a Boom Burst, which would do a lot of damage to really anything except for Blissey. So we have options. I'm going to predict a Will-O-Wisp either way and go into Frank, get a pointless Intimidate off. And there is the Will-O-Wisp, which does not affect us. And we can get off a Will-O-Wisp of our own here. If he wants to stay in, we get that nice passive damage. If he wants to switch out, we get the residual damage on something else, because he doesn't have a fire type to switch in now. Torkoal is gone. Yeah. Kerm the Toxicroak pretty much laid waste to that Torkoal. The all-powerful Gunk Shot. I'm starting to think that out of everything on this team, that Vaporeon is going to be what causes me the most trouble. No, maybe not. I don't know why I would say that if it only has Scald and I have a dry skin user. What am I talking about? I don't know. I'm just saying random things. That's usually how these videos go. I get excited maybe once or twice a video. I let you know what's on our team, and then I just talk about random things that don't make sense. And often include semi-humorous, incoherent babbles about subjects you guys probably don't care about. Anyway, Porygon 2 is coming out here. He's going to trace our Intimidate. So that's pretty cool for him, I guess. But, I mean, not that we'd want to stay in on a Porygon 2 anyway. But at the very least, we connect on a Will-O-Wisp, which means we get some nice residual damage going on this thing, which is essential. Essential to taking down Porygon 2. If you're not going to knock off its Eviolite, you have to get some residual damage going, and I don't have anything that has Toxic, so Burn is the best I can do, and we got it there. So we just need to hope that Blissey doesn't have Heal Bell. That is what we need to hope. So we'll go into Starla here. I'm not too afraid. Even if you have T-Bolt, I feel pretty comfortable going in, and we'll go from there. He's going to go for the Tri-Attack. And that does not much at all. Wow. I wonder if that has to be defensive Porygon. There's no way it does that little. That was pretty pathetic damage. We'll go for a Psyshock here. And I may eventually have to just go out into Crocodile and absorb a hit. I don't know. What I'm going to do here, here's the plan. We're going to have this Porygon 2 get down as low as possible to where he has to go for a recover. As he gets a critical hit Tri-Attack there, that is a bit unfortunate. But now after this turn, I think from that range, he has to go for recover because the Psyshock plus a burn would take him out. So he's going to go for recover, which means we can get a safe switch into Crocodile. And that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to have to take any extra hits. So getting this thing in safely is a must. Let him recover. He's still taking damage from the burn. And then we can go for knockoff. And he doesn't have anything on his team that wants to take a knockoff. So there's the recover as expected. He might have Ice Beam, which could be unfortunate, but we do outspeed this thing. So if it means I have to sacrifice Crocodile to remove the Eviolite of a Porygon 2, I am perfectly okay with that. I'm perfectly fine. That is a worthy trade in my book. So yeah, we have our Stealth Rocks up already, and his Spinner is gone, so we don't have anything to worry about. I'll go for the knockoff here, and we'll see if he wants to stay in. He does, which means that is a neutered Porygon 2. Down goes the off goes the Eviolite, and he does go for Tri-Attack. So that means he does not have Ice Beam. He's got Tri-Attack, Recover, Toxic maybe, since it's defensive. And then I don't know what his other move would be. I would think that it isn't T-Bolt either, just because he would have gone for it on Starmie and he didn't. Maybe it's Protect. Toxic and Protect and Recover. Wow, that would be a bit of a cheeky set if that's what he has. Now, we could try to switch out here, but I don't really see the point. We might as well just go for an EQ, because without that Eviolite, that is going to be a dead Porygon 2. And even if the EQ didn't take him out, the burn definitely would have, unless he went for Recover, in which case we'd, I don't know, probably just cry a lot. But either way, Porygon 2 goes down. Another bulky Pokemon out of the way. Braviary is going to come in here, and I don't know that we can take a hit from this thing. He's probably just going to go for Superpower. I mean, Brave Bird would KO, but with Superpower, at least he doesn't have to take any recoil. Either way, even if he does go for Brave Bird, I'm going to go out into Arcanine, and we can get an Intimidate off, and he's going to take the Rocky Helmet recoil, and it's just going to be a good time. It is just going to be a good time, and then we can potentially burn something else, maybe. So he does opt to go for the Brave Bird over the Superpower, because I guess he's just assuming that that's his most powerful move. That does a lot of damage. That has to be Choice Banded if that's how much he's doing, even after an Intimidation. Going down to -1, doesn't really care about that. Now, he does take the recoil from the Brave Bird and the Rocky Helmet, and honestly, our best play here might just be to go for an Extreme Speed and see if we can pick up the kill from there. It's going to be close. I mean, maybe we can. He's probably just Speed and Attack invested, and not quite. But as he goes for the Brave Bird, because he's obviously locked into that, he's going to go down to the recoil of the Rocky Helmet, actually, because that is applied first before the recoil of the actual move. So it's going to be a double whammy KO here. Arcanine kind of just sacrifices himself. Frank always putting in good work, taking all the hits that nobody else wants to. Good times. Braviary down, and we can probably just go back into Crocodile here. We'll see what he goes into. It's going to be Sableye. Oh, the prankster Will-O-Wisp. How could I forget about that? Pointless Intimidate here. And a little bit of Stealth Rocks damage to the Sableye as well. Not that that's going to matter because he does have the Prankster Recover, of course. Now we just need to choose what we want to go into. And at this point, he's got Vaporeon, Blissey, and the Sableye left. So do we really need X-Cloud for anything? I don't think we do. It's probably best to just go into it here and start firing off some Boom Bursts. I mean, I don't know. It's also very tempting to just go into Starmie for that natural cure, just because you don't want to have to be burned if you don't have to. But I mean, X-Cloud doesn't really care about the burn so much. I mean, we might get burned anyway from the Scald from Vaporeon. So he does go for the Will-O-Wisp. There's really no reason for him not to, unless he really just wanted to predict Starmie to come in which case, I don't know, Foul Play or Knockoff or whatever his Dark-type move of choice is. That could have been what he wanted to go for. But anyway, yeah, so he gets the burn on the X-Cloud, and we're going to just fire off a Boom Burst here. I'm assuming Blissey would want to come out for this, I would guess. No, he's just going to go for the Recover. This might actually just be a one-shot then. Even though he's going to get back up to full HP. If he's physically defensive, this is a dead Sableye. I'm modest. That's going to hurt. And no, he does just barely survive. That's the second time in like 3 videos that poor X-Cloud has dealt with this. There's really no reason to switch out, though, unless you can get a Recover off, because the rocks will take you out coming back in. So you pretty much have to go for a Recover here, and, I mean, honestly, Sableye's done. So we're still in a good position. We're just going to have to take an extra turn of burn damage. He is going to withdraw, but it's dead when it comes back in. So he doesn't have any way to remove the hazards. So that is fine. That means we just get a free hit on this Blissey. Even though it's Blissey, who won't take much from a Boom Burst. Free damage on a Blissey is free damage on a Blissey. How could you turn that down? Now, that really did nothing. For a base 140 power stab move, that did absolutely nothing. Wow, and with the lefties, I think he's just in a range where that next hit is not going to kill, sadly. So we need a switch here, and he's going to get up a free Soft-Boiled or Wish or whatever his recovery move is, I'm assuming. That would make the most sense. We'll go into Crocodile, get off that all-important Intimidate on a Blissey, because we all know how important that is, right? Yeah, there's the Soft-Boiled. Okay, so we've seen Soft-Boiled and Seismic Toss so far. So that gets rid of the Wish option. It still could have Protect if he's packing the Toxic, or he could have Heal Bell. We just haven't seen that come out yet. Either way, I don't know if you want to leave a Blissey out on a Crocodile. It's very tempting to just taunt, but I will get rid of your item first. Actually, what would be really good of him to do here, the smartest play, I think, would be to sacrifice your Sableye and get a safe switch into Vaporeon. Because Sableye's not going to do anything for you. It's just Death Fodder at this point. You got your Blissey healed up. You really can't ask for much more than that. And you need to try to get your Vaporeon into... to try to eliminate the physical threats that Blissey can't deal with. And he is going to do just that as he Withdraws the Blissey, throws out the Sableye, who subsequently will be knocked out by the Stealth Rock damage, and Knockoff is going to just flail around. Flail around? That was not the correct analogy that I wanted to use. Anyway, yeah, it was futile. It's a futile Knockoff. There we go. That at least made a little bit of sense. So now he's going to go into Vaporeon, which is his last remaining Pokemon other than the Blissey, and we don't want to stay out here with Crocodile. I don't think. I mean, is it worth sacrificing Crocodile? We still have 5 Pokemon left. But Crocodile could be invaluable for taking down that Blissey because we are faster than it, we can taunt it, we can knock off its lefties, and EQ honestly might just be a KO. Depending on a couple of different things, of course, but it might just be a KO. So let's see how we want to take on this Vaporeon. How do we want to take on this Vaporeon? Well, if it's any indication, I mean, what did we do last time this Vaporeon was out? We went right into Toxicroak, and we've seen a couple of the moves that this thing carries already. We haven't seen its attacking move, but I'm assuming it's a stab one, and that would just mean that it's Scald, and you can't hit a Toxicroak with Scald because of Dry Skin. So we are free to just set up Swords Dances all over the place, and you can set up your Acid Armors, that's fine. You know, I'll take it all the way up to +6, and then it's just going to be, I guess, a battle of if you can avoid Gunk Shots. And maybe I shouldn't have said that, because maybe that just is going to jinx some things. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm so mad at myself right now. I should not have said that. Every time I say, oh, well, you know, the only thing he can do is avoid the attack, that's what happens. Doesn't avoid this Gunk Shot. That does a solid chunk of damage. He is going to go for the Acid Armor again, though. So he's at +2. I'm sorry, +4 defense. We're at +2 attack. And so I will go for a Swords Dance here, as he will probably go for a Wish, I'm guessing. Either that or another Acid Armor, but I don't know. Yeah, he is going to go for the Wish. And judging by how much that last Gunk Shot did, we may even be able to just take you out with a Gunk Shot here. So that's what I'm going to go for. That'll finish off this Vaporeon, and then we can take out the Blissey in one hit with the Drain Punch, and that'll be that. And he avoids the attack. He avoids the Gunk Shot. What a surprise there. I really did just jinx myself a few moments ago. See, the self-anger was valid. There was some validity there. Goes for the Acid Armor. He gets his Wish, and it's just a whole big thing. So now he's going to be at +6 physical defense. We're going to be at +6 physical attack. And now it's just a matter of, can he avoid enough Gunk Shots to, you know, I don't know, stall us out of the PP of it. I don't know what else to say there. And I don't even care about the Jinx at this point because we've already missed a Gunk Shot, so it doesn't really matter. And we'll go for a Gunk Shot here. I'm sorry, not a Gunk Shot, a Drain Punch, because he did get off the Wish. So there's no reason to waste a Gunk Shot when he's going to get that HP back anyway. Doesn't really make any sense. So he goes for the Aqua Ring, so that'll just give him some passive recovery every turn, in addition to the Wish that he's throwing up every other turn as well. And he avoids another attack. Are you kidding me? It's 2 Gunk Shots in a row that we missed. And to take out this Vaporeon, we need to hit 2 back-to-back on once before he can get a Wish off, and then after he uses Wish, we need to hit him with another one right after that. And that's the only way we're going to take this thing out, barring a critical hit. Which, judging by how bad my luck has been so far, I'm going to say that that's pretty much out of the question. Oh, this is not good. This is not feeling good at all. So we'll go for a Drain Punch here, as he's going to go for he's going to get his HP back, of course. He shows off the Scald, so he really can't do anything to me. This is just a stall fest. This is just a stall fest. He cannot touch me. He's just drawing this out. We'll go for Gunk Shot. He avoids another attack. It's 3 in a row. What is the accuracy of Gunk Shot? It's like 80? 85, maybe? I want to say 80, though. Oh, my goodness. How in the world am I going to hit... How in the world am I going to hit 2 of these in a row if I can't even hit 1? Oh, my gosh. We've got a better chance of getting a critical hit here than we do of actually connecting on 2 of these. So he got a Wish off, and Drain Punch it is. As he goes for Acid Armor, which is pointless. He's just PP stalling me right now, and it's... the Hax is letting him win this matchup right now. We only have 3 Gunk Shots left. We'll go for another one here. He avoids a fourth one in a row. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. Come on, game. Come on, Hacks Gods. Work with me here. Let me hit one in a row, please. This has gotten to be comical at this point. It's so frustrating that it's comical. It's not like I'm in any real danger here. His Blissey can't do anything. And even though he's just pointlessly stalling, he has to. What else? What other play does he have? Switch in Blissey to have it die in one hit, you know? We finally hit a gunk shot after missing 4 in a row, which was unbelievably bad. And I think we missed... What? We missed... Yeah, 4 in a row. So now we need to hit one more, and it's our last one. We need to hit this. We have to hit this gunk shot. Otherwise, I don't know what we're going to do. We have to hope for a critical hit then. And the Vaporeon avoids the 5th gunk shot. We have 8 of them. We missed 5 and 4 in a row. Unbelievable. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea. Do we just spam Drain Punch and hope we get a critical hit at this point? I really don't know how I'm going to break this thing. I mean, I can go out into Pidgeot, I guess, and try to fire off Hurricanes. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know how much damage that's going to do. And I don't want to just waste Pidgeot for no reason. I mean, I don't need it for Blissey, so I guess that's a thing. But I also don't want to give up all the boosts that I have. I cannot believe we had 8 chances. Well, I guess 7 chances because we used one on the Torkoal, right? So, wow. Okay, he's going to switch out Blissey here. I guess he's admitting defeat. That's the only thing I can think of, unless he was counting the gunk shots and figured that I would switch out afterwards, which is possible. So if he counted to 8 and was like, okay, you're out, now you're going to switch. So I'll go out into Blissey. Maybe he was predicting the Pidgeot. I have no idea there. The Blissey does go down, and now he's just left with Vaporeon, who doesn't have any defensive boosts anymore. That was a risky play if that's what he was doing. He could have also just felt really bad and just decided, you know what, I can't win this. So instead of forfeiting, I'll just lose the match. I don't know. I really don't know, but we are going to finish it up here with the Drain Punch to take out the Vaporeon. So, wow, that was about... that was the most frustrating 5-0 I think I've ever had in my entire life. Oh my goodness, the hacks in that was ridiculous. But it was pretty funny. This is one that I'll look back on and be like, I can't believe that happened. That was such nonsense. But that's Pokemon for you. Thanks a lot, Roman. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this battle. It was a crazy one for sure. But if you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.